file that I don't currently have now. You are going to have to come back on a different day. So I have Kevin Owens, Ernest Morales, Uriah Huffman, and Norma. They'll have to come back in the afternoon. Those are the cases that I have. Court is calling 2023 CR 5651, State of Texas versus Shalise Schnitz. Am I pronouncing your last name correctly? All right. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Shannon Locke for Shalise Schnitz.
And?
It's Mr. Javier Garcia.
All right. Is he on the case as well?
Yes.
All right. You want to announce for the record?
Javier Garcia.
Okay, pause for a second. Notice how the judge is already organizing the docket. This might feel routine, but it sets the stage. Courtrooms thrive on structure, and the smallest scheduling detail can change the pace of justice. Quick question. Would you want your name called in a courtroom like this? Yes or no?
All right. So I have several motions before me. The first is the motion for defense to conduct an independent analysis of the defendant's blood sample. Did you all review that?
So we took a look. My understanding of that motion is that defense wants to get the second vial of blood taken by BCSO in this case and send it through their own lab. I mean, the state has no objection. I think that's something that they have the right to do.
Okay. All right, that will be granted. And of course,
The key legal move. The defense wants their own lab to test the blood sample. Why? Because relying only on the state's lab is risky. An independent analysis can make or break a case. Think of it as a second opinion that could uncover errors or bias.
the laboratory here will have to make safeguards, and that's not in the court's purview to make safeguards for the analysis.
Right, Judge. My understanding is that the defense will have to, whoever is analyzing the blood for them will have to pick up the blood from BCSO, and there will have to be a clear chain of custody. So that's something that they're going to have to do.
That's correct, Your Honor.
That the safeguards are in place.
Quiet, please, in the courtroom.
All right, everyone, you need to whisper. All right, and then the motion to inspect, examine, and test physical evidence.
My understanding, Judge, is that the defense wanted in that motion to take a look and inspect the vehicles that were involved in this case. My understanding is that they are in the Bexar County, they're in Bexar County's possession. So that's something that we can try and facilitate. It's just coordinating everything with everyone. I know that the detective in ultra to inspect, he has to be there.
All right, so do y'all still want to keep number one where it says that you are to produce the vehicles? Because I don't know if that's the proper wording.
Just make available to us for inspection, Your Honor.
All right, if y'all want to put in there to make available for inspection instead of produce.
This initial, Your Honor, that's
Yes.
Mr. Escobar's handwriting.
Initial few, Judge. Here you go.
All right, thank you. All right, that will be granted. And then there's a request for no broadcasting. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. So the court has read the defense's motion, and what I can tell the defense is, number one, the court limits the number of people in the courtroom for security reasons, also for health reasons. I think everybody is aware of the brawl, for want of a better word, brawl, skirmish, or whatever that occurred in the other courtroom. As everybody is aware, there are only a limited number of deputies. I have 2 deputies in this courtroom, and we almost had another incident here today that I think would have turned quite differently if the courtroom were packed. The court must have an open courtroom to the public, and that is how the courtroom is keeping it open to the public. So I read your motion, and that motion is denied.
Your Honor, may I make a little bit of a record on that?
Sure.
Okay. And so Ms. Schnitz has some specific things that have affected her as a result of the broadcast.
The judge denies the request to stop broadcasting. That's huge. Imagine being forced to have your life streamed on YouTube when it directly impacts your custody battle. What do you think? Should courts balance transparency with personal safety? Or is open access always the priority?
Over YouTube. And specifically, Your Honor, the open courts, one, we don't think that you need to close the courtroom to non-participants. So we object to the closing of the courtroom, which we were just made aware of this morning. So we have that objection. We think the courtroom should be open to live audience members. Ms. Schnitz is in a very particular situation. She's in a custody battle at the time, currently, and her ex-husband monitors these YouTube videos. He saves them and broadcasts her information to her friends and family.
Sure. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Shelley Schnitz.
All right, thank you. You may question.
Are you concerned about being broadcast on YouTube?
Yes, I'm very concerned.
And can you tell the court why?
I'm very concerned because my ex-husband.
Listen closely here. The defendant reveals that her ex-husband, accused of serious crimes, uses these YouTube streams to track her and her child. This isn't just legal drama, this is terrifying. It shows how technology in the courtroom can have real-world consequences.
And the husband of my daughter, who is,
I'm sorry, the father of your daughter?
the father, I'm sorry, has been, he is being investigated currently for abuse of her sexual assault and numerous counts, a very, very serious situation. And he is using the YouTube videos, and he's explained that in emails to watch what is happening on court to find the location of my daughter. And I'm sorry.
So also, he would come in person before, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now he knows where you are because he can watch the broadcast. Is that right?
I mean, yes, sir.
Okay. And when additionally, you've had to talk about your treatment situation, you're addressing your alcohol issue. We've had to do that in open court previously. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And has he recorded those to your knowledge?
Yes, he records those as well.
And he lets other people know who are involved in your case?
Yes, he let people know and places it on social media and sends it out.
Okay. And that's everywhere from Governor Abbott to Joe Gonzalez to everybody that is also the principal of your daughter's school. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so at this point, you're left with a choice of either terminating these proceedings by entering a guilty plea or continuing to be broadcast on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay. And that's the choice that you're currently facing. Is that right? All right. Do you want to be broadcast on YouTube?
No, sir. It's very scary for me. Terrifying.
No, that's all right. I have no further
Any
questions.
questions?
Nothing to say, Judge.
All right, and the court will state again, everyone is aware of the brawl, skirmish, whatever you want to call it, that took place in this courthouse recently. No less than, I think, 10 deputies or maybe more were summoned. There was a fight in the jury box where audience members came from the audience and attacked someone. And I will use the word allegedly, but I think everybody is aware of it. An inmate that was in the box. We just had what could have been a bad incident in this court today, where deputies had to step in and escort somebody out of this courtroom. This is a court that needs to be open to the public. I am not going to allow.
There it is. The judge doubles down. Safety in the courtroom comes first, even if it means denying requests about recording or broadcasting. But notice the tension. One side is fighting for privacy, the other insists on transparency. This clash is going to shape the next hearing on December 12th.
People in the courtroom for safety reasons. I'm not allowing people in the courtroom unless they are a defendant, a person accused, or unless they are a witness, and those witnesses will be brought in when they are needed. The state will tell you, and other persons in this courtroom will tell you, anyone who is given victim impact, they can come in when it's time for them to give victim impact. But that is the way this courtroom will be run. So for security issues, we only have 2 deputies in a courtroom, And we have a third, I'm sorry, sort of a third. And I say third because he's wearing his jacket, right? But he's not assigned to this courtroom. So when you think about it, right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in the box. And really normally only 2 deputies. And sometimes we have 10 people in the box. So the motion is denied. And we're going to come back
And Your Honor,
on December 12th.
just one other question. Could you admonish people not to record the broadcast?
Oh, people, I am not in charge of broadcasting.
So what
So-
happens is people will capture, like they'll capture this event, they'll put it on other
I
platforms.
can tell you, counsel, is in this courtroom with your client, I have never asked, nobody's ever asked. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Nobody's ever asked what school her child is at or asked any of that nature. In regards to a civil case, that's something that needs to be addressed civilly. This is a criminal court.
But what happens, Your Honor, and the problem is that this is now, the YouTube broadcast is as much an official record as the
It's not. The court reporter's record is the official record. I've made my ruling. You all are coming back on December 12th. On December 12th, I expect everyone to have their discovery in order. If there's more time that's needed to look at a vehicle, let the court know. If there's some issues with the blood, let the court know before the December 12th setting. All right, Ernest Morales.
Thank you, Your Honor. Can we be excused?
Yes, you may be excused after you sign the reset form.
Thank you very much.